of the Prime Minister, employable, productive skills that we have to focus on. So these are just a few things that I wanted to talk to you about, how we as a ministry and government are trying to support the sector and support the country and other institutions within the country, the government institutions, to digitally transform and to keep up pace with the world. This, I would say, is the adoption and adaptation part that we're looking at. Agility is something that the government is not very good with. So we have some structures that we have to run within, we have rules, we have accountability measures, we have processes that we have to follow. And we do feel sometimes that it poses a constraint and becomes a bottleneck in providing public service. But once again, we're very hopeful. I'll just give you one example. When we came in the government, within that month, the Prime Minister had to take a trip to Saudi Arabia. And there were promises of investment coming from Saudi Arabia. And the visit went so well that within a week, a Saudi delegation of over 100 people visited Pakistan. And this was probably, the ministers were themselves saying that this is probably the first time in the history that we had to work on Eid. So it was Eid and they came right after Eid, so they were working throughout Eid as well. One thing, after their visit, one thing that we collectively as ministers and ministries identified was that why have we in the past failed to secure significant investments? What we identified was a human resource constraint in being able to formulate bankable feasibilities. So do we as a public sector or as individual ministries have that capacity? No, we did not. And why did we not have it? So when the Prime Minister asked and when we tried to assess the situation, we realized that the salary structure in the government is such that we're unable to secure the kind of human resource that is required at that level. So if you want to, acquire a $500 million investment or a $100 million investment, you have to have that kind of human resource that is able to make that very, very effective proposal for that to materialize. Within 2 days, the Prime Minister actually set up a complete structure where we could hire people, a different scale altogether, under higher wages within 3 days to ensure that the ministerial capacity is up to the mark. So that's the agility that we're talking about, the decision-making power that we're talking about that is required in today's day and age. So with all of these things happening, we're very confident about our future. The last thing that I spoke about was collaborations. Needless to say, over the last 1 year, we've seen multiple a stabilization of our foreign relations, visits coming in, heads of countries, but also the international outlook that we have. As Ministry of IT alone, we've sponsored our SMEs of tech industry in multiple international events. So whether it's GITEX Global just happened in Dubai last year, and Pakistan was named as the tech destination of the world there. We got an award, we're very proud of that. Web Summit Qatar, GDC for the gaming industry in California. GITEX Africa is happening right now. MWC Barcelona happened for telecom. So the idea is to really support these young SMEs to go across the world and showcase what we have as Pakistan. The return on this investment, and I see COP sub sitting here, the return on investment for this particular case is, for every dollar that we spend, correct me if I'm wrong, is $49? Yeah, so it's $49, right? So every dollar that you spend on marketing the country, on sending your people, on showcasing Pakistan across the world, every dollar gives back $49. That's the ROI that we're talking about. With the limited budgets that we have of a few hundred million rupees, we have a sales business to export Pakistan's services and products. And we have a goal of $25 billion. That's the budget gap that we're talking about. Those are the kind of constraints that we work with. But we understand the complexity within the financial sector, within the macroeconomic structure that's there, but we're doing it and we will, inshallah, be successful. Last thing that I want to talk about is that Pakistan is hosting, and that's also an invitation to all the esteemed guests sitting here. On the 28th and 29th of April, we're hosting the Digital Foreign Direct Investment Summit. And it's going to be the first of its kind in Pakistan, and it's going to be an annual event. We're doing it in partnership with the Digital Cooperation Organization of Saudi Arabia. We're expecting over 300 international participants, and this is an open invitation. Asfa, you're already aware of it. So everyone's most welcome to join us. Once again, COP Seb sitting here is responsible, so he will see how you can be invited. So finally, looking at an unknown future, we're not afraid of it. We have a bold vision. We have a youth bulge, which is an asset. We're trying to empower it. So we have an empowered youth. We're looking at inclusive policies and enabling environment. And lastly, a global outlook. Putting all of this together, we're very hopeful, and of course, working with all of you sitting in this room today, we're very, very hopeful that we will be able to navigate this unknown future that's coming our way. But needless to say, we will all have to work together. Constructive criticism, good suggestions are always welcome. To the industry, and even beyond that, Federal Minister for Planning is here. Any complication that comes your way as private sector, we're always here to resolve that. It's a commitment from the Prime Minister. It is a commitment that government has no business doing business. We're trying to roll back the government. We're trying to right-size the government. And it is absolute clarity that private sector has to lead the growth of this country. And this is where Yusuf Saab's point come in, that with the booms and busts, this is the only way to break that cycle. We have to have a sustainable growth model with private sector leading from the front and taking the lead and helping us navigate through this path. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here today.